Trevor Teisman here with KBandsTraining.com. Today I'm here by myself. We're going to do K-Bands Live 137. We're going to start out with some bicep scrapes, loading up our fusion cables. We're going to get two cables now. I've got a level 3, level 5 on the bottom. You can mount them together. Remember, only 2 fusion cables per mount, or separate them up and down like you've seen in many of the other videos. We always want to make sure that we're working out safely but effectively. Our first exercise is going to be a little bit lighter. I'm going to use the level 5s before we get into some heavy weight, and we're going to be doing the scrape. Let the elbows leak back and do those bicep curls in your armpits. If you need to pause the video to get everything set up, get your music ready to rock, go ahead and do that. But I'm going to get started and warmed up here. Biceps are going to be firing because we're trying to put our wrists in our armpits. During this exercise, you are not going to do that traditional bicep curl where your elbows slide in front of your body and we cheat. We want to drive our elbows really far back and put our wrists in our armpits. When we do that, you're going to get a lot more isolation to the bicep. Another warm-up-ish set here, shooting for about 15 repetitions. If you're following along, that's going to be our rep range. But again, you just rest when I rest, stream this video, and let's get some good work in. In just a second now, I'm going to add a little bit of resistance and make it tougher. Towards the end of my sets, you're going to notice that I'm rocking my elbows up in front. Whenever you get really fatigued, you can cheat a little bit and kind of get a little extra muscle stimulation by rolling your elbows forward. It's going to be a great at-home workout for you. We got some extra exercises coming in throughout the entire workout. Turn up the music a little bit, enjoy the workout, and I'll talk to you when the next exercise starts. Shake your arms around a little bit and try to get your biceps to come back. Get a towel, dry the sweat off, swing them around, get a little blood flow in there so that you can recover quickly. We're going to be using one side of the fusion cable now and do a cross press. This single arm pull over, notice it's in an inclined position. So we're going to be working the upper middle part of your chest. Focus on that area as you decelerate. You're not just always pressing up as quickly as you can. You're pressing up and then decelerating a flexed muscle. Don't let it turn on and off. Try to focus the best you can on really getting that isolation on both sides. You're going right arm, left arm, anywhere between 12 to 15 repetitions. Stick to the pace now. The rest is not going to be very long. We're also going to be supersetting with a push-up. You've got different kind of angles here. You know, the push-up over time has become one of my favorite exercises. I know it sounds simple and sounds kind of silly that a push-up is what you're going to do to build your chest, but I tell you, I've got more results than last year doing different versions of the push-up. If you let your butt drop a little bit, you can get a little bit more of the bottom side of your chest. If you keep nice and flat, you're going to work more middle, upper, but overall, you're just trying to get some great development. If you're going for super high rep ranges, I feel like before you can actually get there, you've got to do kind of a modified or a little bit of a rig job on your push-up. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you're doing it, you may not be able to do perfect repetitions, but if you can't get to 50 or 60 and you can do a little modified version, maybe from your knees, a great way for you to be able to get those reps is to actually feel them a little bit. Get into those rep ranges with your modified position. Over time, you're going to build some muscle, and then we can kind of pull in our tail, get our flat back going again, and get that really good form. But if you're working with these high rep ranges, notice we did quite a few push-ups there, 20, 30, 40, 50. Whenever you're going for those types of rep ranges, if you're not quite strong enough, modify that push-up so that you can get some in, okay? Let's keep the superset going. Really work here. Your chest is going to be absolutely on fire before we get into the next part of the workout. All right, you crazy cats, let's get the next superset set up. We're going to be doing a row as well as a push down. I'll kind of show you what it is. I don't even know what to call it, to be real honest. You're going to do push downs on the bar over there. It's similar to a muscle up minus the pull up part of it. So set your heights on the pull up bar or on your bar on your bench, but we'll kind of get into that, make sure that we've got the specifics worked out. Other than that, we're going to be working 1, 2, 3 levels. Get your 5, 4, and your 3. If you're not quite that strong, go to 1, 2, 3. But we're going to split up the weight evenly so we keep our house nice and safe. And we're going to be going the top mount, the middle mount, and the bottom. If you're strong enough to do 2 resistance bands on at one time at either the bottom or the middle, that's going to be okay. But really, I always suggest putting them separately on the top, the middle, and the bottom. You're only going to need one arm here. So go ahead and get it set up properly, and we'll get into the exercise as soon as I get started. All right, single arm rows here. You're going to get out from the wall a little bit, back it up, and you're going to be rowing towards the side of your body. Make sure that you're not getting too much past that 90 degree. What I mean is when you bend that arm, you should get a 90 degree, but if you get too much farther than that, a lot of people have a tendency to roll their wrist towards them, and you just get a lot of tension in your forearm, and it kind of hurts your elbow over time. So just get that good 90 in your elbow there, and get yourself about 10 to 15 reps on both sides. Throughout the workout here, during the superset, we're going to have a combination of static holds, pulse reps, as well as really long and slow ones. So pay attention as I change my pace, as I change the speed at which I'm doing those, because all those are going to be firing our muscles a little bit different. We got to stay consistent, and we've got to shock the muscles to build muscle wherever you decide to work out. So keep in mind that those single arm rows, we've got different tension, different volume, and really trying to work at a different pace sometimes. Now here we're going to get our hands now in just past your armpits, but you can work a little wider or a little closer, whatever you need to do. Sometimes my wrists act up a little bit, so I have to change the width at which I'm using it, but mix it up in between sets. Overall, you're going to pick up your body, and you're going to be moving down, and you're going to slide your tail out just a little bit so your stomach gets out of the way, and you can just press from the shoulders. It's a little bit of a chest and a shoulder and definitely a tricep exercise. But a little tip for you, when you're on that bar, make sure you're pulling your hands inward. You want to be pulling inward as you press up. Going to get a lot better muscle activation. Get to work. We'll talk to you soon. All right, now we're going to get into 2 final sets. We just did our superset. We're going back and forth. We're going to drop the row, and we're going to be moving into 2 max repetition press downs here. Give yourself a little bit of rest, 10 to 15, maybe even 20 seconds, but try to keep your pace. The more that we can work in that hypertrophy range, trying to build some muscle, less rest, more exercise, the more muscle we're going to build. So try to get on there while your muscles are burning. You're going to go 2 sets to max. Work on that hand position. If you're feeling a little wristy, bring them in a little bit. If you're not feeling like you're getting enough in your chest and it's more of a tricep movement, that's what happens when your hands get really close together. Spread your hands out just a little bit. Make sure the elbows are being pulled back so you get the chest. Hey, I hope you enjoyed K-Bands Live 137. Finish up these 2 sets. Keep your pace. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I'll be sure to keep sending you videos. Enjoy the rest of the workout.